needs no introduction. His second World Baseball Classic appearance. It's going to be hard to top that first one.
It's surrounded by a lot of talent, and nonetheless today, immediately with that momentum you're talking about and the recent success, they'll look forward to continue that here from the very first pitch.
It is the first World Baseball Classic appearance for the left-hander Alex Wells, a 29-year-old lefty from Newcastle, Australia. He was in the designated pitcher pool for the Aussies in 2017 WBC, but he didn't pitch. His twin brother Lachlan is on this roster as well. Alex is 7 minutes older, some time in the major leagues, as he pitched a couple of years with the Orioles in 2021 and 2022.
Very easy here with his scouting. He has to establish a steady pace. Remember, the clock isn't used this time here in this pool around the WBC. Maintain those infielders busy. That's always a good day for him. And also the effective mix. He's not going to blow it by you, but nonetheless, he is a strike thrower. He really can go out there and dominate, make a chase.
For Team Australia, the defensive alignment behind Alex Wells. Rickson Wingrove had some big swings in 2023. He is manning first base. Travis Bazzana, the Cleveland Guardians' #1 pick from 2024 and a top 20 prospect in all of baseball, according to MLB Pipeline. He's at second. Jared Dale at short. Curtis Mead of the Chicago White Sox is at the hot corner. Robbie Perkins, a battery mate with Wells. And in the outfield from left to right, it is Burke, Whitefield, and the GOAT of the ABL, Tim Kennelly, in his swan song. This is it for Kennelly. After the WBC is over, he is done playing professional baseball.
Firefighter, 39 years old. He looks like he's 25 right now.
And here we go. The 2026 World Baseball Classic officially underway with ball one outside to Stuart Fairchild. Fairchild was a late arrival to camp, got in last Thursday, coming in from Cleveland Guardians camp in Arizona. Turns 30 years old on March 17th. Swings through, strike two.
Notice immediately how much movement there is from the catcher behind the plate, a veteran, and Robbie Perkins. Make sure there's misses. They're going to be way off line.
The ball and 2 strikes on Fairchild. Wells trying to put him away. This is low. On a 2-2, Fairchild turns on a ball hit well left field, is hooking foul.
Oh, some quick hands right there. Great reaction now. Perkins, the last pitch, set up inside, but the miss is way too much over the plate. Luckily, his barrel was around the baseball. Otherwise, we are 1-0 quickly here.
Count remains 2-2. Wells delivers. And now we're full.
Now getting the chases. It's good scouting.
Fairchild in his career, much better splits against left-handed pitching than right. The payoff coming. And Wells puts him away.
Didn't take long for us to see that effective mix, even though he had to work hard for this one. Keep in mind, there is, as we mentioned in the open, a pitch limit. So you got to go out there and be effective, be efficient, and save some pitches. Outstanding on that off speed.
Now the left-handed hitting designated hitter, Ankur Lin. 25-year-old. Takes a strike on the outside corner.
One of those young players, his manager told me yesterday, I look forward to seeing him because his first WBC appearance, and I think he's more than ready.
On a 1-1. Popped him up. Going back from the short, Dale. Calls everybody off and makes the play. 2 gone in the first.
Every team that worked out yesterday, except for Japan, obviously, because they know this dome so well, came out here and took a lot of pop-ups. Not an easy one to deal with if you're not familiar with it.
Now the captain for Chinese Taipei, Zheshang Chen. Good pitch from Wells. Did not get a bite from Chen. The team captain back in the Tokyo Dome. Ball one up and in. The last time Chinese Taipei played a major international event in Japan, it was here, the Tokyo Dome, the 2024 Premier 12 tournament. Just missed the bottom edge. And so now Chen in the driver's seat, 3-0. Chinese Taipei with an improbable upset win over Samurai Japan to win gold. Wells with a generous strike one call off the plate away. Chen hit a 3-run home run in that victory. And that's ball 4, 2-out walk.
Robbie Perkins again, let's go to him. He's a big piece here because for somebody that's not going to be overpowering, every single move, location that he gives is important. So he goes, let's go back outside, maybe he'll expand again. We're ball 4, big miss.
Now 2-out traffic for Yu Chang. The Minister of Defense, as he was called in 2023, earned that nickname for his salute at first base in that tournament, tied for the team lead in hits. Swings and pops it up on the infield. Bazana on the right side, underneath the final out. And so the 2-out walk doesn't hurt Wells or Australia. Keeps the tournament opener scoreless. Travis Bazana in the box leading off against the ace for Chinese Taipei, Ruo Shishu. Talented right-hander, just 25 years of age, who had offers from MLB, including reported interest from the Los Angeles Dodgers, but instead opted to sign with NPB Power Fukuoka, the SoftBank Hawks.
Not surprising there, Dodgers' interest, although around 20 teams were interested in his services.
His 1-1-2 Bazana. At the knees, called a ball. 2-1. This debut a long time coming for Travis Bazana. On a 2-1 offering. Check swing, roller to first. Scooped up by Wu. He'll take it himself. Dave Nilsson's starting lineup for this game against Chinese Taipei. Bazana and Mead, the first two. Bazana, and then will be prospect Mead with the Chicago White Sox. Aaron Whitefield, formerly of the Minnesota Twins, will bat third. Alex Hall, the DH, to clean things up. Then it's Dale at short. Wingrove at first. Perkins behind the plate. Burke and Kennelly to round things out. But swinging and missing, Curtis Mead.
Love that. Got some power on your arm? Let's swing the bat.
And Mead's not up there to watch, Jose. He's up there looking to swing the bat.
He is hacking. One thing to be aware of is that hesitation, 2 hesitations overall that try to offshoot and throw off the hitter's timing by Shu. Keep an eye on that.
Quickly 0-2. Shu comes home. And just misses. Whew. Omar Peralta, the home plate umpire.
That's a strike.
Calling balls and strikes. Remember, no ABS in the World Baseball Classic. She tries again, and Mead takes advantage of the miscall, the apparent miscall, and dumps the very first hit of this tournament into right center field.
Well, when given a chance to extend your at bat, go ahead and take advantage of it. And what he does is he's not worried about power now, it's about contact. That's a very good 2-strike approach. Up in the zone, gets on top of it. A little longer stride, he lands on time, and that is a key difference right there.
Now a veteran for the Aussies. His 3rd WBC Aaron Whitefield. Strike called off the plate away. 0-1.
All I can say is, boys, on both sides, 2 strikes, protect.
Third WBC appearance for Whitefield. This is his 7th career game. Shoe misses upstairs. A ball and a strike. 1 on, 1 out in the home half of the first inning of the first game here in Pool C.
Let's take a look at Shoe and what he brings, and his power is complemented by the fact that he worked ahead, so plenty of ball 1 counts because he needs to save some pitches, establish one of those fastballs. We already saw the ball cut in on Bazana. That's a cutter. And then react to those swings. They swing hard, you go out there and offset that.
Now Whitefield to left, but on the line right to Chen. 2 gone in the first inning. This is the support behind Shu for Chinese Taipei, the defensive alignment. For Shu, his last season in the CPBL, 19 games, an ERA of 2.05, 120 strikeouts in 114 innings, and a 0.81 whip. Ball 1 up and away to Hall, the DH.
There's the captain. Multiple positions, and each time he takes a new one, he plays it quite well.
And Jae-Sean Chen, he had a chance to visit with Chinese Taipei's captain yesterday. He said, I don't have a lot of experience in right field, so he's been working really hard in the lead up to this tournament, the exhibitions, the practices, to get familiar with that position.
And on top of that, Steven, as I mentioned, the roof. Look at that last pitch. I'm looking at arm speed here. Release point, arm speed, everything looks like a fastball. Look at that drop. Outstanding differential, too, with his velocities.
2 outs and a runner on. The 1-2. Bang, swing. A scoreless first inning. We're back inside the Tokyo Dome. Jose Mota, Steven Nelson, and our terrific international crew with you here in Pool C, one of 4 pools across this tournament. Big breaking ball, cuts across the plate, gets a strike.
Doesn't it seem like we just left here?
You're not lying. Ooh, called strike 2. It has been a difficult zone so far from Omar Peralta behind the plate. Jam shot popped in the air. Third base side in foul ground. Curtis Mead makes the play.
So what does Perkins do there? Well, zone's going to be like that. Let's use of it. He went way high in that target. Mission accomplished without the arms getting extended.
Ball 1 to Kunyu Jang. Wells bounces back. It's a generous call to even the count. Big swing, big miss. It is some kind of story for Alex Wells and his twin brother Lachlan to be on this roster together as brothers, but be playing at all. Both of them stepped away from the game for a time. Injuries seemed to derail Alex's career in 2 campaigns with Baltimore in 2021 and 2022. And as they were telling Eric Balnar, Team Australia on the media side, a tremendous advocate for Australian baseball, both of them fell out of love with the game. Tipped into the glove, strike 3, and that's his second K of the game, second out of the second inning.
And then, Steven, the game calls you back. Just as he calls back this fastball, well spotted away. It actually starts off the plate, and it just gets the very end with a little tail. there for the swing and miss. That's good execution, good sequence.
2 out, bases still empty. Ball 1. Two-way Lin.
I think they know something about Lin and the bunt. The third baseman. Need.
A handful of seasons in MLB for Lin, starting second baseman this afternoon for Chinese Taipei. Oh, beautiful pitch from Wells. Jump ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. From 2017 to 2021, Lin played for Boston and Minnesota. 102 games in MLB. Two popped in the air, then a drift out of play, and we'll do it again.
The book on Wells on the mound, usually against left-handers, he'll use a fastball way more. What we haven't seen is he does not want to miss in on the lefties, knowing that he can set him up well to set up that slider away.
Wells tries again, and okay.
Well, that's a lot of misses this early.
I mean, that is splitting the plate, top of the zone. Instead, call the ball. The count goes full. The ball don't lie, as they say. A 1-2-3 second inning for Alex Wells, punctuated with back-to-back Ks. No score for Chinese Taipei in Australia as we bring everybody back in for the bottom of the second inning. Jared Dale, the shortstop, leading things off for the Aussies. Ground ball to second. No problems for Lin.
Umpires, Omar Peralta is behind the plate as a Cuban national. Jeff Fairchild, well known around the big leagues, first base. Manny Gonzalez, also from Venezuela. At second base, and Ruben Ramos at third base. He is from Puerto Rico, where one of these pools is being played. It should be a very fun one, too.
Our guys, Tyler Maughan, Ryan Rowland-Smith will be there. I imagine the atmosphere will be quite electric. Great atmosphere here in the Tokyo Dome. A ton of Taiwanese baseball fans made the trip in. Bases empty, 1 gone, and a 1-1 pitch to Wingrove. Gets a wave and a miss for Shu.
I love the fact that he's pitching, not just throwing. Even though he can go out there 95, 98, he is really getting a great feel for the off speed. And as I mentioned earlier, just reading the swings.
On a 1-2, Wingrove stays alive, chopping one foul.
Just like that swing right there is a defensive thing going, okay, he's got 98, I got to respect it. But also, I'm seeing what he's doing here with the off speed.
Wingrove, a 4th-generation ABLer. Father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all played professionally in Australia. So the foul down the left field side.
You mentioned
1-2.
You mentioned Australia, Stephen, but without Dave Nielsen, it had not grown so much. I mean, he brought it pretty
does
much
not exist.
Exactly.
And Wingrove pokes it to left. Jim drifts over, and there are 2 gone.
You noted not one comfortable swing the entire bat, respecting velocity, movement, and watching a few hitters in front of him saying, well, there's no pattern set. Watch his swing here. Just in case, smartly, let me protect. Way off the plate.
The catcher, Robbie Perkins, brings through a 94-mile-per-hour heater from Shu.
He has been one of those steady presences all throughout tournaments and at home.
And Shu says, if you couldn't catch up to the first one, I'm going to go back to it.
It's an easy 94. Effortless.
You talked about that arm speed earlier. You can understand why teams in all countries wanted this 25-year-old. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and a third out to get Shu through a scoreless 1-2-3 second. Strike 1 thrown to begin the top of the third. From Alex Wells, back for a third frame of work. Both starting pitchers, Jose, have been strong to start this opener.
A lot of swings and misses.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
How about that? First 2 innings for Wells, between sliders and changeup, 6 for 6 in swings and misses. First 2 innings for Shu, 9 swings and misses total.
Bullpen up and working for the Aussies. Alexander Blake Townsend throwing. Bottom of the order now for Chinese Taipei. Strike 1 to Chen Wei Chen. 0-2 in a hurry.
I like the fact that Meade, look at him running back. He is starting way in front of that artificial turf, which we're not accustomed to anymore in the major leagues because people don't bark for a base hit.
Teams using the practices to get used to this playing surface. Chases one in the dirt, going to require a throw down to first to make it official. That is 4 consecutive Ks for Alex Wells,
which is, I believe, a new surface since the last time we were here. Let's expand the zone again. If you're not on time, that's asking for a lot of trouble. On a great block there by his catcher. You do that, and man, you're going to be able to expand way more and bury those pitches.
40 pitches now for the left-hander Wells. The lineup turns over for Chinese Taipei. Stuart Fairchild led off the game striking out, but he also had the hardest hit ball, I'm going to assume, so far in this game. Liner that hooked foul to the left field pole. Wells dots strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. This is high, check swing, but he didn't go. There's a time where Wells said baseball became more like a job or a chore and something that he loved to do. He's rediscovered that love and earned his way back to professional baseball and in the World Baseball Classic. Square count to Fairchild. Wells comes home. Bounce foul.
You can tell Fairchild at some point is thinking, I know he does have the fastball in on him that he tries to surprise me with. Let's forget about pitches. Let's talk about the limits and the rules.
65 pitches, the limit in the first round. This is number 46 for Wells. Another 2-2. He struck him out. Alex Wells strikes out the side. That's 5 in a row for the lefty.
Third for Team Australia, the left fielder, Chris Burke. Number 34.
No score for Australia and Chinese Taipei because the starting pitchers are making it really difficult on the hitters this afternoon.
You want to say fastball, Steve? Don't.
Chris Burke leading off in the bottom of the third inning against Guoxi Shu. The 1-1 pitch. Skied into shallow center field. Chang going back. Fairchild coming in. It's the center fielder's ball. One gone.
Love that pretty much every single member on the defensive unit pointed in the direction or ran towards where the ball was. I saw them working on that yesterday, and certainly got to go out there the way they're pitching, both of them. Make every out be an out.
The bottom of the order, the number 9 hitter, number one in the hearts of Australian baseball fans, Tim Kennelly. 39 years young in Perth, Western Australia. In his 4th WBC, this will be his last tournament ever. Kennelly hits one to left center field. Fairchild's got a read on it, though, and plenty of room. A new lefty up for the Aussies, Jack O'Loughlin. That is one of the top arms at the disposal of Dave Nilsson.
Game 1 can be the tournament. This is a humongous game for both of these squads because of the rules.
Back to the top, Travis Bazana can't hold up. Another nasty offering from Shu, strike one.
He is pitching. I mean, the mix has been exceptional.
Bazana 0 for 1, grounded out to first. Back in the first. Shu's 0-1. Spiked in the dirt. Alex Wells, the Australian starter, got hugs and handshakes when he got back to the Aussie dugout, indicating his day, in all likelihood, is over. Strike two and a foul ball off the bat of Bazana.
Bazana a little anxious on the pull side. A kid that throughout his career, college, all the way through professional baseball, has spread the ball, great spray chart, tough to defend.
Shoes 1-2. Old foul. 7 years ago, when Bazana was playing for the Aussie U18 team, he opened up the Notes app on his phone and he typed out a prediction that he would be the starting second baseman and the leadoff hitter for the senior national team at the 2026 WBC. Well, here he is, the starting second baseman and the leadoff hitter for the Australian national team in the World Baseball Classic. Two balls, two strikes. Shu comes home. And Bazana is battling.
That was a good cover right there, protect. One thing he mentioned to me yesterday clearly was, I wanted to change the perspective of what Australian young players can do. And he had a goal, also to become the first rounder in the history of Australia.
No fear from that 95-mile-per-hour heater up and in. He's worked the count full.
Was that a message? I'm not afraid of 95.
So here comes Shu's payoff. Bazana blisters the ball off the glove of Lynn at second and into right field. Travis Bazana's first WBC hit, a two-out single in this third inning.
Let me tell you how a foul ball can swing your at bat. Gradually, he went from a pull mode to protecting outside to staying right through the box. That's how you make adjustments. Again, landing on time. It doesn't matter how long that stride is. If you're on time, your hands will come through very quickly. Beautiful swing path.
And it's the second hit of the game for Team Australia. The first one came off the bat of this man, Curtis Mead. So you see the mid-90s fastball from Shu, and then that arm speed can freeze you.
He can steal one with a breaking ball. That's effectiveness.
2 outs, Bazana on first. Mead swings and pops it sky high, just beyond the infield, up the middle. And that dome roof didn't cause any problems for Lynn. Bazana stranded. We're still scoreless and now going to the fourth. First pitching change of the tournament for the Aussies. Alex Wells is out. Jack O'Loughlin is in. 3 no-hit innings from the starter Wells. And the second WBC appearance officially underway for O'Loughlin.
Catches your eyes with the numbers is the amount of walks. Hopefully he's going to be as economical as Wells was.
Ground ball right side, stopped at second by Bazana, and he keeps Chinese Taipei hitless. You saw the hit in the last inning. There you see the range in the glove work from Bazana.
The key here is stay as low as possible, not knowing how this new turf is going to play. Watch his glove. Stays low, starts low, scoops it up. Great poise.
Ball one low to the captain, Jae-Sean Chen.
I was talking to Bazana yesterday, Stephen. He mentioned Jose Ramirez. He goes, for me to be in camp with that guy, what he brings every single day, I like some of that. And he's right. Jose Ramirez, a top 5 player in baseball, is a mentor. Not a bad thing.
Reed creeping in at third base, guarding against the bunt. Instead, a ground ball to Bazana. This one more routine. Another put out. 2 gone.
You think about players like Vlad Jr., Ramirez, and people like that, and he's talking about Vlad Jr. yesterday too, saying those 2 guys, when they're on defense, they want to be the best. If they're base running, they want to be the best. They want the big spots with the bat too, and they play with so much passion, and they get hurt, they get dirty, hair on fire type of attitude.
2 outs, bases clear. Ball one high to Yu Chang.
So it just takes the effort, concentration, and having models like that for you to go, hey, there's something I could do.
Working with pace. You can see you have the pitch clock on the graphic, top left corner of your screen. No ABS, but there is a pitch clock in this World Baseball Classic. On a 2-0. That's lined into left field. A base hit for Yu Chang. The very first hit of this tournament for Chinese Taipei. And of course, it's Yu Chang.
Of course it is. Powerful bat. I mean, adjustment right now from the first at bat with a fly ball second base. Start a little bit earlier, but it really helps them. They bring in a reliever. Somebody who's similar, a little bit taller is O'Loughlin, but nonetheless, this could really break them open. They love hitting off lefties, even though it didn't show against Wells.
2-out runner on first. Wu, the first baseman. Big swing and a miss. Wu at first. Many believed that first base would be held down by Jonathan Long, one of the top prospects in the Chicago Cubs organization. Walking ahead 0-2, but Long unfortunately was injured in a spring training game. The Cubs against the Rangers, one of those scary collisions at first base. The throw took him down the line right into Mark Canha, the base runner. So that elbow injury knocked Long out of the tournament.
So many people were looking forward to seeing him compete at this level. Nonetheless, somebody gets an opportunity now.
O'Loughlin's 1-2. Hooks outside. And then on the eve of this tournament opener, Chinese Taipei announced that Hao Yu Lee, who's in the Detroit Tigers system, was out for the tournament with an oblique injury. He's going back to Lakeland, Florida for more examination. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And so the 2-out single is stranded by O'Loughlin. Still no score. We're back, and so too is Ryo Shishu, the Chinese Taipei starter, returning for a 4th inning of work. First 3 innings, 42 pitches, Jose, 31 strikes. The center fielder Whitefield fouls it down the right field side.
And he works on the first base side of the rubber. He throws a little bit across his body, but the deception comes mainly from the hesitation and the way he goes about it, hiding the baseball so well.
Here's 1-1. Whitefield flips it to right, charging in Chen. Look out, who's got it? And it's the second baseman, Sue Lin.
Let's take a look at Shu and the way he has. Watch when the hitter picks up the baseball. So there it is. Was my window. There's glove. There's no baseball. No baseball until then. Reaction, not on time.
Ball inside to the DH, Alex Hall, who's 0 for 1 with a K. We have seen 9 combined strikeouts between these two offenses, only 1 walk. And 3 combined hits. Double barrel action in the Chinese Taipei bullpen. 2 balls and a strike to Hall.
So here's another pattern we're seeing here. Lazy fly balls. What do they usually tell you? There's not a lot of good pass through the swings, through the zone. We saw plenty of that in the postseason with certain teams, but lazy fly ball says somebody's off kilt, doing a good job with the mound, and the swings are not there yet.
2-2 coming. Hall strikes out swinging. Oh, that one took a nosedive off the table.
Well, it seems like he's 2 different pitchers. I mean, he can go out there and spin the baseball early and get the strike, and then there's times where he's going to go power against the finesse. The finesse is not the breaking ball, is that splitter.
3rd strikeout for Shu. 2 gone in this 4th. Jared Dale is going to play in the KBO for the Kia Tigers this upcoming season. Ball and a strike to him.
As you mentioned that, I like the exchange and how many players just from this pool you see playing different leagues around here. The scouting that goes on, opportunities that go on, even the teaching and coaching are connected.
There's 1-1, swung on and chopped to 3rd. In the glove of Chang, sets and fires a strike. In time to get a sliding Dale. Down in order go the Aussies. A scoreless game.
Second inning to work for Jack O'Loughlin. 14 pitches in the 4th inning. 7 for strike. He deals to Kun Yu Qian for his batter here. And now misses outside. A couple of ground balls, a single, and then a strikeout to Wu. For O'Loughlin, looking at the 2nd inning to work here. Chang struck out swinging the first time up, as has been the story here for Chinese Taipei. 7 strikeouts so far. Here's the 2-1. He calls it a swing, and that evens the count on 2-2. Much faster pace here for O'Loughlin than we saw from Wells. Chopper with the mound. Lozano to his right. He's been busy. That's out number 1. I want to bring up Zhu Wei Lin. Now 1 out here in the 5th inning as the game moves along so nicely. Another strikeout victim by Wells, who ended up with 6 punch-outs, 46 pitches for 28 for strike without allowing a single hit.
Not a lot of offense. There is a lot of pace.
Yes. Are you on pace? You good? We're on pace.
Good pitch from O'Loughlin to take advantage in the count. A ball and 2 strikes. Jammed him. Popped up. Perkins has it up the line. The Pool C schedule. Handful of days of doubleheaders. A little bit later tonight in Tokyo, Korea, looking to turn back the scales in this tournament after 3 disappointing outings. Will face off against Czechia. Samurai Japan's opener will come tomorrow. First pitch swinging, grounded to short. What a pick on the backhand, and the throw across, dugout at first. Dale to Wingrove, and another clean inning in this Pool C opener. Pitching change for Chinese Taipei is the right-hander Po Yu Chen, who's currently in the Pittsburgh Pirates minor league system. 24 years old, 6'1", 201 pounds. They steer across 2 different levels. AA and AAA. And his first pitch out of the bullpen plunks Rickson Wingrove. The first time in this game, Jose, that either team puts the leadoff man aboard.
Bounds our breaking ball. I mean, you talk about yanking a breaking ball early in count. That was one of them. But you're right, not a lot of action going early, so I think this gives Dave Nilsson immediately a chance to try to break the mold here. Put somebody in motion.
Swing and a miss, strike 1 on the catcher Robbie Perkins in the 7th spot of the order.
That pitch to the breaking ball down tells you they will continue to keep that pattern of stealing strikes with a breaking ball. Yes, Shu said very nicely.
Wingrove being held at first. Infield shifted over to the left side, so a big gap in the right side. This one's flying in the air, right center field, drifting back toward the wall. This ball is gone! Robbie Perkins goes the opposite way and gives Australia a 2-0 lead. Fucking good! We've been waiting and waiting for one of these teams to provide a big swing, and it's Robbie Perkins.
A big swing nonetheless, a very smooth big swing going the other way. That door cracked open, and without trying to do too much, look what happens. Ball travels.
Perkins led the ABL in home runs last season. The very first home run of this World Baseball Classic comes off of his bat. Aussies out in front and looking for more in the 5th.
Take a look at the swing here. Reach out, protect, extend.
That's a good response from Chen, getting Burke to strike out.
And for Perkins, going back to that swing, there's so many times in which a batter has to just remind himself, let him provide the power. No matter how hard he throws, let it travel a little bit, react properly, and get the barrel in a good spot.
Ball just missed, down and in to Tim Kennelly.
Told me yesterday, Kennelly, that the whole family again is here for the long-awaited goodbye.
Ahead 2-0. Checks his swing. Now in the driver's seat comfortably. 3-0 for Kennelly. Good pitch from Chen.
So in his long career, I go, how long have you changed your bat's length? And he goes, 33 and a half my entire career.
Ball 4. That's a good mound visit from Sean, the catcher.
Especially with a guy coming up for a 3rd time now, Bazana, who his last at bat gradually got a pretty good idea as to how they were pitching to him. Came up with a big single with 2 strikes.
Robbie Perkins now geared back up to get behind the dish. As he just touched the dish, a 2-run home run. And break what was a scoreless tie. Kennelly aboard for the leadoff man in Bazana. And that dribbles away. Kennelly's going to take the extra base.
As I'm motioning to you, here comes our breaking ball. It's easy to see why. Bazana's hitting on something he could drive, and Chen so far has not found it well with that breaking ball. He's trying to force it. And there's another opportunity here. Runners advance.
Kennelly in scoring position. 1 out in the 5th. Aussies up by 2. Bazana just a little late.
That's good late. I like that type of late. That got him where he was his previous at-bat.
A ball and a strike. Chen looks at Kennelly. Comes home to Bazana. And just misses the upper edge.
Can you believe we're now in the 5th inning? First runner in scoring position.
Wow.
Even though somebody touched second base already with a home run, but first runner we've had in scoring position.
Chen's 2-1. Ooh, big hack, no contact for Bazana. Count squares up.
So he better think late again. Let the fastball get you. Breaking ball's coming. It's a nice drop on that one. Nice and spin. Very tight spin.
On a 2-2. Bazana grounds it to short. Kennelly back to the bag at second. Or across in time for the second out.
Good read by Kennelly at second base. Also the shortstop, Shen, did a very nice job getting around that baseball. And when he caught it, seems like it got there a little quicker than he thought it was going to be, but he was set with his feet to make sure he scored up nicely to make that throw.
Still in position to score. 2 outs now. Curtis Mead. Strike 1. First WBC for Mead. He wanted to play in 2023, but was not given permission to play from the Tampa Bay Rays. Ball and a strike. He was traded from Tampa last summer to the south side of Chicago in exchange for Adrian Hauser, the second time in Mead's pro career that he has been dealt. The 1-1 to him. Hit hard down the left field line, but hooks foul. Strike 2. The first time he was traded was from the Phillies to the Rays in May 2018. Who went from Tampa Bay to Philadelphia? A left-handed pitching prospect by the name of Christopher Sanchez.
That's it.
He's now the ace of the Philadelphia Phillies and Team Dominican Republic.
Well, you mentioned about the permission not being given to him. Now consider the position we're in now. Travis Bazana, Stephen Vogt said, yes, go play. We want you to go play in that competition.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the 5th, 2-0 Australia. Big swing and a miss. And Po-Yu Chen is able to escape the 5th, but Robbie Perkins with a bang puts Australia in front by 2. Australia 2, Chinese Taipei nothing. Top of the 6th now in this Pool C opener. Strike to the number 9 hitter Chen.
This is a big inning for Dave Nielsen in getting O'Loughlin through this one to set up his bullpen the way he wants.
O'Loughlin spins him around for strike 2.
Consider, Steve, a luxury to get, if you can get through 6 innings with 2 arms in this tournament, the format, it's a plus.
Dave Nielsen talking before the tournament about how deliberate they were going to be in everything that they do and how they approach every pitch of every inning of every game. And you mentioned it earlier. The first game could be the tournament, could decide who moves on out of a pool. Chen sprays it to left, but on a line to Burke. 1 gone.
I'll tell you what, there's been some very good defensive scouting here and the way things are set up. How about Dave Nielsen? Well known here in Japan. As you mentioned, they call him Dingo. 8 years with the Brewers. All-star. Manager 2023 WBC, and the biggest influence by anyone in that beautiful nation when it comes down to baseball.
And a former competitor of yours, my friend.
I didn't like playing against him. Smart in every way behind the plate, first base, third base, clutch.
Leadoff man Stuart Fairchild has strike one called against him. It has been a wide zone throughout this game from Omar Peralta behind home plate.
Stuart Fairchild just said fastball in at some point.
Now for Dave Nilsson, if you're putting together a Mount Rushmore of important figures, or the biggest figures in Aussie baseball history, he is undoubtedly one of them. Grounded foul. It's left to the line at third by Fairchild, so it's 2-2.
That was the pitch I was talking about. Good execution there by O'Loughlin.
Dave Nilsson, I think you can place his right fielder on that Rushmore as well, and Tim Kennelly. 2-2 from O'Loughlin in the dirt. Now we're full. You could also probably put Dave Nilsson's pitching coach on there, Graham Lloyd.
Yes.
You got a couple World Series rings and a silver medal.
Oh, lanky Yankee. Yankee forever.
And now it's a subjective conversation, but if you ask me, the fourth member of that Aussie Mount Rushmore, unfortunately, is not here. That would be Liam Hendriks. Swing and a miss. Strike three. O'Loughlin blows it by Fairchild. 2 gone in the 6th.
There is no way we can mention Liam Hendriks and not smile. And what he is, what he brings, what he represents, and everything he's come through. And you got to be proud of these boys.
The longest serving and most decorated Aussie in MLB history, Liam Hendriks. 2 outs, bases empty. 2-0 Australia on top of Chinese Taipei.
And future broadcasting. Oh, he's a great conversation. I'm all for you, mate.
Line to right, a 2-out base hit. Ankur Lin will bring the tying run to the plate in the 6th inning for Chinese Taipei.
That is the best swing we've seen. And it took a total of 20 batters to set up a hitter, to see a pitch like this, and to think drive, not contact, drive. Nicely finished.
Time called before a pitch can be thrown. This is a massive spot. The way offense has been coming today, or rather been difficult to come by. The team captain for Chinese Taipei at the plate, representing the tying run.
You want this guy right here. Here's you want the captain, Shen, right now. He knows this building very well in some heroics in the past.
O'Loughlin readies, kicks and deals. Chen sprays it foul, 0-2. You need a big home run or a big swing in the Tokyo Dome. Jae-Sean Chen in the gold medal game of the Premier 12 against the heavily favored home Samurai Japan, who had won 27 straight games international play. Chen helped Chinese Taipei pull off an historic upset, the biggest day in Taiwanese baseball history.
Let's just say, when we brought it up to Japanese manager about it yesterday, oh my goodness, his reaction to his face said it all. They will never forget that moment.
O'Loughlin in front. Here's his 0-2. And that hits the captain on the hands. Oh no. The Taiwanese fans booing, but given the count in the situation, that is just one that got away from Jack O'Loughlin.
Totally. And now you see with Chen, he has protection in the front hand, his right hand, bottom hand. But somehow it happened to get the stop hand, which is a bit unusual. Look at this. Because fastballs just had enough carry at the end with some tail in action to catch a top hand.
They already lost 2 of their top hitters before the tournament even began, Chinese Taipei. And another has just exited the game. Their captain, Chen.
You know it's got to be bad right off the bat when they're taking you out immediately. Now, it's painful to watch and painful to witness now the situation.
Now the tying runs are on base. 2 on, 2 out. Yu Chang digs in. O'Loughlin's first pitch is low. Ball 1.
Chinese Taipei has to be thinking, this man has done it before. We know what he brings. Big time power to the middle part of the field.
He's 1 for 2 this afternoon. He singled his last trip up there in the 4th. Australia up 2-0, but Chinese Taipei threatening. Good pitch from O'Loughlin. Gets a whiff from Chang. 1-1. Chang was the pool MVP in Pool A in 2023. Same pitch, same result. The swing and a miss.
Yeah, right. I'm talking about big part of the field. Those 2 swings are not thinking big part of the field.
In that tournament, Chang had 8 RBI, which was tied for most in the entire WBC, despite Chang only playing in 4 games. And as many as Shohei Ohtani. O'Loughlin's 1-2, grounded to the left side. Meade shuffles over, the throw across, dug out at first by Wingrove. And O'Loughlin and the Aussies escape the 6th unscathed. Team Australia in 2023 made it out of the first round for the very first time in World Baseball Classic history. Lost a 1-run heartbreaking game to Cuba here in the Tokyo Dome, which hosted 2 rounds in the last tournament. In 2026, it'll just be pool play. Aussies trying to build on that momentum that they created.
And the biggest issue was runners in scoring position, which Dave Nielsen told us yesterday. Please don't remind me of that. Here's an opportunity.
Yi Shang, 32-year-old righty, inherits the bases loaded and 2 outs. Chris Burke, the batter, takes strike 1 to the top of the zone. And how about Chris Burke entering camp? Seemed like he might have been the 29th or 30th guy on the roster, but has worked his way up with an excellent camp to start the WBC Open. Swung on and popped up right side of the infield. How about Yi Chang coming out of the bullpen? No sweat. He leaves them loaded and keeps Chinese Taipei in it. Still 2-0. New pitcher for Team Australia. Another lefty, John Kennedy. 3rd time playing in a World Baseball Classic. And the Aussies on top of Chinese Taipei, 2-0. Into the late innings we go.
Big kid, another lefty, why not? Throws a lot of strikes, Stephen. Tons of strikes.
Wu, number 5 hitter. Sword sweeps through a strike. 1-1. Kennedy, 6'8", 245 pounds. The 31-year-old trying to keep Chinese Taipei off the board. Pops him up to shortstop, Jared Dale. So John Kennedy comes into the game and gets a shortstop to Dale.
There's a connection there. Got his cousin.
And this happened between the last 2 innings. That's Jeshan Chen, the team captain who had to leave the game with an injury, rallying the troops in the Chinese Taipei dugout. That is why he's got the C on his chest.
That's leadership. How about that? Coming to the game, World Baseball Classic. First batter. Find my cousin, would you?
It's a family affair. for the Aussies.
A lot of family tie-ins in the history of Australian baseball, including actually a connection between Dave Nielsen, the manager, and Travis Bazzana's father. Long-term relationship.
Ground ball to short. There's Dale again. That's Cousin backing up Cousin. 2 gone.
So it's like they made a bet. Hey, by the way, when I come in, I'm going to try to keep you busy and get you on TV a little more often. How about that? Accomplished. Cousin Dale moved very well to his left. Has a nice little lob and a throwing arm.
Ball one outside at 2A Lynn. Nobody on in the top of the 7th. 2 gone in a 2-0 game.
He's trying to get the ball to his cousin again. You see that? Drop down a little bit more. Normally, his cousin shortstop's playing.
Chopper to the right side. Wingrove has it. Calls off Kennedy, who finishes a 1-2-3 7th inning. We're stretching in the Tokyo Dome. The Aussies maintain their lead. On the other side of the 7th inning stretch, the Pool C opener. Team Australia 2, Chinese Taipei nothing. First ball swinging for Kennelly. It's out of play in a strike. Kennelly 0 for 1, drew a walk in the 5th, got to second on a wild pitch, but was stranded there. On the ground to second. 1 out.
Well, Neil, how about the story of leadoff man in this game? They've had no chance. Nada. So leadoff man get out in the 5th inning. He scored. But it's been dominance from the pitching on both sides when it comes down to the first guy, which really handcuffs you as a manager when you're looking for options on the offensive side.
4th trip to the plate in this game for Travis Bazzana. First pitch swinging. High fly ball to deep right field. A Bazzana bomb in Tokyo. A swing that will reverberate from Hornsby, Australia to Corvallis, Oregon and Cleveland, Ohio. 3-0 Aussies.
It was a matter of time. We know the talent, we know the hunger, we know the fire, the spark that he brings, and he has made it known that he is for real in every single aspect here. Unloads, no doubter. And the passion, the fire, unparalleled.
An insurance swing in the bottom of the 7th.
And that run against Chinese Taipei, for them, it feels like this is a wide open game right now. That was a huge ad here in the 7th inning.
Fouled back by Curtis Mead.
I know one thing, Travis. Jose Ramirez, Stephen Bolt, both supporters be very happy right now, seeing that he's getting ready for his season 2, Stephen.
He knew it. .383 feet, 104 off the bat. The StatCast enthusiast
saw it happen a couple of weeks ago at Dodger camp. Spring training. Another no-doubter.
The 1-2 to Mead. Misses low. Yi Chang still the pitcher for Chinese Taipei. He came in, got the final out of a hairy 6th inning. He inherited the bases loaded, got out of the jam, but could not escape the barrel of Bazzana. On the ground, hot shot, eats up Chang at 3rd, dribbles into left field. It's his 2nd hit of the game for Curtis Mead.
Since Shu exit, and he was outstanding through 4 innings. Swings have gotten better. Location misses have gotten better for the hitters. And we see the great passes through the zone on a more consistent basis.
Now the center fielder, Aaron Whitefield. A runner on and one out. Now 3-0 thanks to a solo home run from Travis Bazzana. Ooh. Just missed. Good take by Whitefield, 1-0.
With the addition of that run, consider Dave Nilsson now thinking, okay, I need 6 outs, and things are lining up exactly the way I planned it. The matter is, because of the effectiveness of their pitching, he's got options, plenty of them.
Chang's 1-1 to Whitefield. Bounce to the right side. In the glove of Lynn. You take the out at first base. Moving up to second is Meade. 2 gone. Lynn warming for Chinese Taipei. Australia's pen is currently empty. Well, I mean, there are people in it, so not physically empty, but nobody is throwing just yet. Ball 1 to Alex Hall. 0 for 3 with a couple of Ks. Challenge him with a fastball and beat him with a fastball. With Meade in scoring position. All takes inside. At the knees, called ball 3. Ooh.
You worked so hard for this pitch.
Ooh.
And it flips the count.
Has to work through it now. 3-1. Fills the count. All can be dangerous. In 2023, he had 5 hits in 5 games. 4 of them went for extra bases. 2 of them left the yard. Chang's payoff. We'll do it again. All 3 Australia runs on 2 swings. Robbie Perkins, a 2-run shot in the 5th. Bazzana, a solo blast here in the 7th. Another 3-2. Jammed him, popped him up. Chang in foul ground toward his own dugout. Meade is stranded, and we're done with the 7th, but not before Travis Bazzana did this. Sun-Che Chang is pinch hitting to lead off the 8th. Chinese Taipei running out of time. Australia 6 outs away from opening Pool C with a win. Grounded to first. Wingrove casually and calmly plays the first out.
Those first batters getting put away quickly. Has been pretty much the pattern in this game, as I repeat myself, but also for Australia. 3 different lefties, similar styles, different sizes, similar stuff. And besides them, all the credit I'm going to give it to Robbie Perkins on the game he's calling behind home plate.
First pitch fouled back by the number 9 hitter, Chen-Wei Chen, who's 0 for 2 with a K.
So you don't have the luxury of going, hey, I'm going to go 5 or 6 innings. Hopefully if things go well, but your catcher's going to keep the pattern going. I know what I've seen. Let's keep it. Look how quickly also, I love this, Steven. He gets rid of the ball to the pitcher immediately. Let's keep working here.
Big lefties, 0-2. Got him. 2 outs in the 8th.
Look where he sets up here. He is way off the plate, pretty much behind the right-handed batter's box. Steven, you could not have given a better visual. If you're going to miss, I wanted to miss right here. You've got the K.
That'll turn the lineup over for Chinese Taipei. Stuart Fairchild has had a tough day at the plate so far. 0 for 3 with 3 punch-outs. And that's just one of the, when you're having a day like that and then you have a strike called against you like that. Eesh.
Yeah, he just does not look comfortable in a batter's box. Even taking pitches.
Flies it foul.
You might say, yeah, no kidding. The pitches he's seen Guillen call against it, but that's a fact.
And if there was a question or concern about Chinese Taipei going into the tournament, it was what kind of offense can this lineup produce? And that was before the injuries that this club has seen. All before and during the tournament opener.
There's a lot of fight in this team. We know.
Oh, yeah.
We talked to them yesterday, talked to their manager. They believe until the last out, they're in every single game.
The 2-2. Fairchild has the count full.
You have to sit soft here. Fastball's not going to beat you.
Takes inside and finds a way. A 2-out free pass issued to Fairchild.
Terrific at bat. Keep the inning alive. Make Kennedy work a little more. Give something more to think about to Dave Nielsen, the way he aligns his bullpen. And perhaps put a little more pressure on every pitch that counts from here on. With some big power now at home plate.
Ankur Lin. 2 outs, a runner on. 3-0 Australia. Strike 1 from Kennedy. You have Fairchild on first. And you know what? You have a Fairchild off of first. Chad Fairchild, the first base umpire. Grounded to first. Wingrove with the stop. Steps on the bag. And Australia with another 0 on the board. Changes for Chinese Taipei before the bottom of the 8th. Sung Chae Cheng now at shortstop. Chie Xiong Lin now catching. Chie Xiong Lin now on the mound. Chinese Taipei trying to stay within 3. Australia hunting more insurance.
And that's why Lin becomes your best option here. Seeing that he's a closer and has the experience and the will to go out and just keep it the way it is and give his team a chance here at the end.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Jared Dale. 5, 6, and 7 here for the Aussies. Dale, Wingrove, and Robbie Perkins, one of the players of the game. A 2-run home run to break a scoreless tie in the 5th. And the work he's done behind the plate as the pitching staff for the Aussies have put 8 zeros on the scoreboard. Dale trying to flip it into right field. That will dump down for a leadoff base hit. Aboard for the second time in this game.
Leadoff man aboard. Do whatever it takes against a closer guy with a big arm. You just have a chance to think contact. The ball beats you, that's fine. Well, the ball beats him. What hurts Lynn, the pitcher here, is the ball's elevated. Close to the eyes, easier for the bat to make some contact and find some artificial grass there.
It's a ball to Rickson Wingrove. Reached twice, scored once. Came around on Perkins' blast. Pop straight up. See, now it's just beyond second base. And it's dropped intentionally. They're going to send Dale back to first base.
Got to go out there and try, because you have the excuse of the roof no matter what. Hey, you can question all you want, but of course you can see it here. He goes back. He's right under it. He's got control of the baseball. All of a sudden, he's like, get to second base. Have a plan here. That was a plan. Plan didn't work.
It did not work.
But you got to try.
A strike to Robbie Perkins. Struck out in the second. A 2-run home run in the fifth. Walked in the sixth. Back to the plate in the eighth, with his team now up by 3. The 1-1 coming. Does not offer at ball 2.
The lead by Dale at first base is the best lead we have seen here today. Of the very few base runners we've seen, that is the best lead I've seen with 1 foot on the turf.
Perkins lifts it to center. Didn't get all of it, though. Here's Fairchild, and there is out number 2.
And the lead is not necessarily only based, even and when I bring it up, not about stealing a base necessarily, but a good lead leads to a good secondary, which leads a coach to make an easier decision on you, saying you're not, but because you're not taking it for granted, just saying, I'm going to be stationary, thinking face to face, you got to go out there and think extra base if you can. You're almost thinking as a hitter when you take a lead like that with a good aggressive secondary lead.
Strike 1 dotted by Lynn to Chris Burke. This is Father Neil, a longtime scout in MLB for the Pirates, the Braves, and the Royals. Rolled to second. They'll take the out at second base and get through the 8th. 3-0 Aussies. 3 outs left. Top of the 9th in the Tokyo Dome. Australia leading Chinese Taipei 3-0. John Kennedy still out there for Dave Nilsson to face the heart of Chinese Taipei's order.
And Chinese Taipei thinking we're not out of it. Still close within striking distance, as you mentioned. This part of the order.
Sung, broken bat, ground ball to the left side. Dale at short, gets it away quickly, but not in time to beat Sung.
Comes into the game, pinch running for Jisung Chen. Makes a great play. Now look at him get out of the box. Shortstop there just went way too long. Stay behind. And the turf beat him. Outstanding effort.
A challenge from Dave Nilsson in the Aussie dugout.
You have to do it here.
With Yu Chang coming to the plate, the Travis Bazzana home run. It's a successful challenge.
Great job by Nilsson's staff and video coordinator and replay advisor. The great scoop there by Wingrove.
Wingrove has had some really strong plays at first base in this game.
He's had to work for him. And Dale takes a deep breath.
And so what initially had caused an eruption from the huge gathering of fans from Taiwan who made the trip to Japan for this game turned into silence. And then the Aussie contingent just beyond their dugout applauding a successful challenge. The bases are clear. Now 1 out in the top of the 9th.
How about Australian pitching so far? 8 in the third, 2 hits, no runs allowed, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. And they do have a shutout in their history here in the World Baseball Classic.
Chang rolls it to third. Gobbled up by Mead. Wingrove applies the tag. Another great play at first.
And now Chang is the one to say, hey, I want to replay on that one. He's convinced at first base as a base run that he beat him as the throw went offline.
First base.
Take a look here and how far Wingrove has to come off the bag. And there's been a story pretty much, Steve, as he talked about how hard he's had to work pretty much all afternoon. Let's take a look here from this angle. What do we got? Listen to the Chinese Taipei fans. And look at the glove, look at the body. It just escapes the tag. There's their reaction to what they see here on screen.
After review, the ball on the field is overturned. The runner is safe.
So back-to-back challenges, each successful for Australia and Chinese Taipei.
I mean, Chang was convinced. You could see it. He was not going back to the dugout. And this provides an opportunity.
Scored E5 on Curtis Mead. That's low. A pinch hitter for Chinese Taipei. Dongguang Galigalau off the bench in the 9th inning. His team trailing by 3.
One swing they need from him.
A strike from Kennedy to get on the board, 2-1.
And that's fine for a pinch hitter. It's not your pitch. Looking middle in.
Galigalau with a pinch hit single to left field. The tying run will come to the plate.
It gets more interesting. One swing they needed from him, he delivered. Looking at middle in, also delivered. It's a great plate appearance, great at bat.
Aussie pitching staff put up 8-0 so far. They are 2 outs away, but Lyle Lynn represents the tying run. Came in as a replacement behind the plate. Now his first WBC plate appearance. In the air, center field. Right field drifting back, feeling for the wall. He is there to make the catch. The throw into the infield is off the mark, and so Yu Chang is going to get to third base. But Lyle Lin falls a few feet shy of a game-tying home run. Chinese Taipei down to its final out.
He just missed this one, but nonetheless, some questionable base running at second base by Chang there. He came close to him making the last out at third base just now.
Cheng Yu Chang, another pinch hitter at the corners with 2 out. He replaced Hao Yu Lee on the roster. Flew in late last night. And he finds himself in the batter's box with the game on the line. Bouncing ball in the glove of Kennedy. Stumbles to first. The flip in time. In Team Australia, with the Pool C opening shutout win, they upset Chinese Taipei 3-0.
Well played ball game. You get the shutout, only 3 hits allowed, and the defense, the pitching, but more than anything, the execution on the mound with their catcher, combining and calling a fantastic game till the very end. A very nice play on the mound. So I think Dave Nielsen's got to be very happy to see the effort being put by maximizing the opportunities in the batter's box, and also the execution from the very first pitch and the last play, where, yeah, height does help.
John Kennedy listed at 6'8", and he needed every bit of that height and wingspan to seal the win. Australia's second ever shutout victory in WBC play. And this one is massive